Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 14 in the NFL. We're talking right now with Troy West from allplayswin.com, covering a handful of games. Right now we're going to take a look at Tampa Bay and Detroit, and Troy West has been flat out killing it, on fire over the past 3 weeks, and his record over the past 3 years has been excellent with us. Big sample size long term. Troy West, thanks for being back.
Hey, thanks a lot, Pete. I appreciate it. You know, not to toot our own horn, but my God, this has just been 8 years of success, Pete. Constantly winning picks and constantly giving out the best possible service that you can give in this business, Pete, which I think plays a huge dividend in this business. And I really encourage people to come take a look at allplayswin.com, Pete. Again, like I said every year, a lot of these plays that we do give out, they do make our official card. A lot of them don't. So I encourage people to come take a look. We do this sample size and we give out these free picks. I just kind of encourage people to come take a look at what we're all about. And it's the best thing going right now in this industry, Pete.
All right, sounds great. Troy West from allplayswin.com. Well, Detroit is a 9.5 or 10-point home favorite. Total's 41.5. And, Detroit's been kind of disappointing against the spread all year long. A bunch of times the Sharps have been on them and gotten burned, and a bunch of times they look like they'd be a good bet with the big names on offense, the big numbers on defense. Haven't gotten it done. Last week, though, on Thanksgiving Day, they rolled at home, got the win and cover. Now they're facing another very flawed but not really awful team. Here, though, they're given 9.5 or 10 points. And Tampa Bay is one of these teams that, doesn't really win, but they do cover at times if you give them too much respect or don't give them enough respect on the line. They're now 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games, but they're 4-4 against the spread in those last 8. So is this one of those games where they probably get a loss but might actually be a good bet to cover? I don't know. It depends what you expect from Detroit. Troy West, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Detroit with the long layover, Pete, and coming off a big win against the Chicago Bears, they're playing for their playoff lives the rest of the way here, Pete. I think Detroit gets a big, fashionable win, and I think they get this one by 3 touchdowns. I really do. I hate to say that in the NFL. There's a lot can happen, but this Tampa Bay team, my God, they just struggled again. I mean, they lost a heartbreaker at home to the Cincinnati Bengals, but this Tampa Bay team, they play a lot better football at home than they do when they go on the road. This is a tough road game. They can't move the ball hardly against anybody. I don't see them moving it against that Detroit defense. I think they're going to struggle in Detroit. I like Detroit coming off that big Thanksgiving win to come right back out of here after a nice 10-day break, and I think they're going to throttle the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Bucs at this point they don't really know who they are. They're struggling to run the ball. Their defense did look good, but again, I think that played dividend to being at home. I think they'll struggle to stop you, Matthew Stafford. Calvin Johnson looked like Megatron once again last week. I think with the long layover, he's starting to get healthy. I think it's going to be too tall of a test for Tampa Bay to compete in that stadium. I got to go with the Detroit Lions to win this game big.
All right. I mean, Detroit didn't underachieve last week, but all year long, and going back previous years, of course, they have a pretty strong history of underachieving. It doesn't make you nervous to take such a huge spread in light of that history?
It does, and I just think this is the year that this is a new coach, Pete. I think that plays a big part in this. Jim Caldwell has done just an outstanding job with the Detroit Lions. I think that was one of the biggest changes was what Caldwell was going to bring to the table. So far, so good. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I know they struggled at times this year, but Detroit does have some big wins, Pete. They got to remember they beat the Green Bay Packers earlier this year. Not many teams have beaten that team either. So I like the Lions to get it done. They had that tough stretch. They lost to some tough teams, but they're getting a cupcake at home, and I think they're going to make it look like an easy one.
Okay, Detroit minus 9.5 is one of the widely available lines. We'll see how this turns out. Thanks so much, Troy.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.